watched so many of my students, so many of my scholars come to school with Louis Vuitton on, Balenciaga sneakers on, with Burberry. They were so enamored by the designer, they did not understand the amount of money they were wasting and where they could have put that money. And had they taken that $1,300 pair of sneakers and taking that money and putting it into a Roth IRA, right, then we would see them living better in their lives. So I think we have to educate our children at an earlier age.
Right. Yeah. And these are, to wrap it up. These are the last three questions. They're going to be pointed questions to individuals on the panel before we go to Q&A. Please, 30 seconds or less in your response. This is about what must change now. So to Reverend Blake, to start, what is one policy or investment that would immediately change outcomes for black men?
I'm going to answer that question. Are you part of the Floyd family? Much love. I want to honor that space, the George Floyd family in the building, because I saw y'all right there, so much honor right there, okay? To Rev's point itself, and following along on the Roth IRA, which also you should look at traditional IRAs as well, you need to be hiring your kids. People don't understand this. It is absolutely permitted to hire your kids, open your own small business, hire your children. You get a lot of tax write-offs by doing so. And too often we have these conversations, people are like, well, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Actually, you are. You are. Second, though, to that point, we need to be intentional of investing our money, and I'm not just meaning in an investment standpoint, but how you spend your money when it comes to black business. I had a conversation with someone earlier this week. Some of y'all know we do a huge activation called KAIROS on Martha's Vineyard every August. And there was someone who was like, they wanted to go to one company or another, and they chose the non-black company because of a $10,000 difference on the offer. And I said, you would have changed the game for that black business if you'd have just went with them. And so both of those points to your comment here, hire your children as part of your small businesses. It will have a substantial impact financially in your communities. And be intentional in how you spend your money when it comes to black business. You do both of those simultaneously, it's necessary. And why is that critical? Because you have others right now that are saying they should not be putting money in black business. It should not be us doing the same thing.
Thank you. To Brother Rasheed, what responsibility do we have individually and collectively to change the narrative and the outcomes? Brother Flake?
Oh, what'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah. What responsibility do we have individually and collectively to change the narrative and the outcomes for black men?
One of the things I would think about for especially the young men is to stop spoiling them. Many of these young, not only are they rich in what they wear, but the way they think. They think they got money. They think they got it right now. And we're not really giving them the opportunities or we're giving them other insights. It's just, oh, he's young. It'll be all right. He has time to think about it. And before you know it, you're 21. Before you know it, 25, and doing nothing with their lives or doing nothing with our lives. So we have to take them out of that spoiled non-mindedness, if that's a word. We just have to, get back to teaching each other responsibility.
Thank you. And this last one to Dr. Lester. What are we ignoring that we already know is hurting black men?
Oh, wow.
That's a capital question.
That's a major question.
I'm just saying.
One of the things I think about often is our neglect of community and how we think about how we do things together. I think oftentimes we fail, I think my brother Cliette mentioned it earlier, of having someone in the group chat that you can talk to. Having folk around you that have similar struggles and similar wins as you to help you think through your next move in life. I'm extremely fortunate to be a part of one of the greatest fraternities in the world, Alpha Phi Alpha.
Oh man, I think it's Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
But to Brother Flake's point earlier, it's been so beautiful to be among one of the younger brothers in the chapter and to be around other accomplished men who are excellent men in their endeavors. Not only are they excellent in medicine, excellence in law, excellent in business, I've seen where they were excellent fathers. I've seen where they've been excellent husbands to their wives. I've seen where they've been exceptional elder statesmen in our chapter, in our community, particularly in Harlem, and that has trickled down to the ways in which I think about my work. Honestly speaking, as a transplant, living here for almost 10 years, that has helped me to navigate Harlem and other areas in a beautiful way. I also think about, brother pastors on the panel, when I think about ensuring that our faith and our spiritual practices, and what do those look like? I often think about myself as one who does education through theological lenses. Wow. And I challenge other black men and other brothers to think about what are the questions that keep them up at night? What are the things that cause them to want to be doing meaningful work in our communities and within our families? And I also would argue, too, back to another piece that Brother Pastor said earlier, is that our first ministry is to our family. Mm-hmm. And ensuring that if our families are intact, the best way that we know how, because many of us know that we got some jacked up families. If we're honest. But tending to our own home first, so that we may now be a conduit to help others, may be a way that we think through those pieces. Mm-hmm. So having my seminary professor, Gregory Ellison, would say, have a community of reliable others. Mm-hmm. Have other folk you can call on to help you think through things, to help you feel things, to help you process the stuff that you're experiencing on your job, with your families, in your academic endeavors. Community of reliable others, I will argue, is the way that we address that question.
Thank you, Dr. Lester. I do want to open it up now for Q&A. We will have a mic floating around, and while the brother, we'll take about 5 questions. There's been a lot of talk of Alpha Phi Alpha. I do want to note Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is the greatest fraternity in all of the land. I just wanted to note
That part.
Bless your life.
Looks like we'll have a small line forming here. We'll have time for about 5 questions, and then I'm going to have one last question to the entire panel that everyone will have a closing statement to say.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen.
If you don't mind stating your name and specifically a question to someone. Oh, yeah, just a question to someone specifically.
Okay. I had a learning disability. I got left back in the 5th grade and the 10th grade. And when I went back to school, and what helped me is when I went to ministry school twice. I shut my TV down, I shut the radio off, and I had to get on my knees and ask God, where is it? But the answers was right there. It was right there in the book. I'm still struggling a little bit, but I got better by reading. I tell my 40-year-old daughter, you have to read. My sons are very bright, and they're very educated men, and we have to keep on. I'm going back to get my associate's degree at BMCC, because that's where I have my credits at. And they asked me a question, what am I going to do better when I come back here if they allow me to come back? So I am going to get better, and I needed, no, I'm just making a statement. I needed it, I got better, like I said, by reading the Bible, by shutting off the radio and shut it down. We have to continue as people come out of retirement, as parents, grandparents. We have to get in there and help our children that are struggling today.
Amen.
Thank you. And real quick, before we go to the next person, I do want to encourage the young man at the back of the line, if he doesn't mind coming forward, just because we're trying to encourage the young man. If he can get the next question, we'll continue on the line.
No, young man.
Young man. Not you, brother. Not you.
You're young in spirit, my brother. You're young in spirit.
Come on now. I mean, what's he doing? You know ain't nobody was there. Go on, Lord.
Yeah, gotta be a question.
Hi. Hi, my name is Mark. I am with National Clean Water Collective, Nourish Ozone Community Garden. I want to pose a question to all the men here. I'm currently working on building a community garden in South Ozone Park. Mr. Khaleel probably would know about it. I was hoping if some of the men could help us build or even attend this community garden that I'm trying to build for young men and women in general. It helped me build my confidence in coming out and speak and doing this work. So I just want to know if these men can support us, if it'll be able to go to that next level.
Khaleel, that's your district, man.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you so much for your work in South Ozone Park. That is a part of my assembly district in Queens, just for everybody's reference. And I'm really excited because part of my start as a community organizer, I did urban agriculture, and I built a half-acre urban farm in my district because I saw the need in which to provide healthy food and alternatives to the bag of chips that are easier to get, but the apple that's very difficult, or the grapes that are hard to get, but the Twinkies that are easier to get. And so this is a passion of mine. And when I studied guerrilla growing and urban ag in the 1970s and the 80s, that movement took back public land and allowed us in our communities to grow in spaces so that we could feed ourselves and grow ourselves. So to answer your question, bring me out. I'm happy to support. And if it's a viable project, certainly want to help fund and resource it as well.
I just want to add to that real quick. Follow up on that discretionary funding. Your city, know who your city council member is, your state assembly, your state senate. In my district, I'm known for my community cleanups. I hate illegal dumping. You know, to me, a cleaner Bronx is a safer Bronx. 1600, 1520 Cedric Avenues, where I've done a lot of work with young people. If you get that going, you can also then hire young people. To this brother's point, to Michael's point, about hiring young people through UICD and other programs. And like in my district, Zonia Ortiz runs a small garden. She has dates and all this fruit that she grows. So you can have a multiplying effect, right? You can have, you're creating a green space that's healthier air, but then you're also creating a place where kids can learn about botany and science. And you might be then creating the next scientist who's gonna create a fresh market or own a supermarket in our district. So your efforts can combine to really change the lives of your district. So please, it's gonna be a long slog, but keep working through it, all right?
If you want 100 black men, young man, if you want 100 black men to come help you, come get here's my card, call me.
I'll come to the call also.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Sorry about that. One of the things I heard throughout this conference is that we're resource rich, but coordination poor. And I bring that up because before this, I was the National Youth and College Field Director for National Action Network. I currently serve as a legislative director in the New York State Assembly, so on and so forth. But one of the things that young people lack is that we hear mentorship, but there's not a direct access to the opportunities that we need. And sometimes the opportunities that we do need is not resource and not funded as well. And one of the questions I have is, what are some specific opportunities that you all know about or that you can provide to a young person in here? We do have young people here, they're next door. They have their own panel going on, and some of them are getting ready for the fashion show later on. But it is live streamed. We have people watching all over. What are some resources specifically that's funded that could put money in their pockets that you all can offer?
I want to pass that. I want to make sure I highlight the Junior 100 program. Erik, you want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, so our Junior 100 program is we have a legacy component that's 17 weeks where we work with kids 17 weeks, every weekend, opportunities available to all kids in New York City, period. Within our Junior 100 profile, we also have a mentor program that's specific to STEM. It's every other Saturday, open to everybody in New York City. We also have a program that's set up specifically for finance. So we do what's called the Wall Street Game, open to all New York boys and girls every other Saturday. So there are a number of opportunities available. And as I said before, you can go to 100 Black Men, go to our website, you can call me directly, and I'd be happy to kind of direct your young people to our programming opportunities. And beyond that, the pipeline conversation that I had about going to, a number of different corporations for resource and work, we do that as well. It's part of our process in our Junior 100 profile of youth programming. Brother Blake?
I was looking back, I wanted to confirm this. Your algorithm will help to this question. On Instagram, there's an account that I follow all the time. It's called Black Tech Saturdays. And it will intentionally open up grants that are available for black and brown businesses. And usually what will happen is once you start scrolling through that, you will have another wave of other grants that will start to emerge that you can apply for. So I would encourage people, there's many different options out there, but Black Tech Saturdays is one of those entities. Second, every Wednesday, we do a 1-hour call as part of our KAIROS network for exactly that. So if you go to our-kairos.com, our-kairos.com, KAIROS. Thank you, Erik. I appreciate that. A good alpha man right there. All right. So our-KAIROS.com. Every Wednesday, we do a KAIROS conversation around conscious capitalism. But to your question, Black Tech Saturdays is one of the entities that they are always releasing new grants, not loans, grants for black businesses, and they will activate other accounts that you can then find for more grants to go find.
Good evening, or good afternoon. I'm Mylinda Lee. I want to commend all y'all as black men. Thank you. I am a single mom, and the majority of people in this room are single moms. Raise your hand if you're a single mom right quick. All right. The point I'm trying to ask y'all, we need access to come to your office. We don't need a politician to walk down the block and say hi, and we greet them and we come and we be a constituent. To actually need help in our community for our black men, not just youth, but black males. From the ages of 40 to 62, there are so many black males in our community that are mentally challenged or physically challenged. So the need for y'all to address them as well, to say, did you not learn financial securities? Did you not know the math? Did you not know not to just be a consumer? We need you to address that now too, because all of us, if you look at the face of us today, it's not the face that it used to be. So there are a few of us today here to represent all of us, but when we go out there in the street tomorrow, the face doesn't look like ours. So as much as y'all are helping our youth, we are all youth. We are all with special needs. Special needs is in the building.
Yeah, can I just say,
Go ahead, bro.
I would love to say, my sister, right, Dr. Raymond, raise your hand. Dr. Raymond is my Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Success. What you just described is the population that we serve. And so some of those brothers probably need a high school diploma, some of them probably need an associate's degree, and they need some wraparound service to release some of that muscle memory. I would love to talk with you how we can help those brothers in your community, and we'll invite you to our campus in East 149th Street and 3rd Avenue. Dr. Raymond, raise your hand. Please see that brother right there, and we'll make sure we get connected, all right?
The other thing, I'm sorry. The other thing I want to highlight, Khaleel and I, with the leadership of Chantel Jackson, who represents the 79th District and is the the chairperson of the Black Task Force, has done something that is historic, which was $30 million going to black serving organizations across New York State. Over 148 organizations received grants and or funding between $25,000 and $250,000. Out of that, a large number was capacity building, and a tremendous number of that was specifically towards mental health services and mentoring, specifically in the black space. We also have another $30 million in this one House budget, and we hope to get it done with the governor in this year. So that means in that 2-year period, with the leadership of Chantel Two Chairs Jackson on the Black Task Force, we are looking at a total of $60 million specifically. And that's not even going towards other programs that we fund, discretionary funding, the executive budget and everything. This is specific to our community where we have organizations on the ground that are doing the work. Is it enough? No, I need $1 billion, absolutely. However, we are working. Khaleel, myself, he will tell you I'm in my office till 1 o'clock in the morning reading bills, which is our first job. I'm fighting for the budget, but right now we are doing those things, but we can always do more. And I'm on the street because I think the people seeing you on the street is equally as important. is when I write my legislation and I write my budgets, because so often people tell me, like, yo, you're like the first elected official to ever knock on my door. You're the first elected official who ever came, you come to River Park Towers. A lot of elected officials are afraid to come to River Park Towers. I show up anywhere and everywhere where my district needs, and I'm always going to continue doing that, ma'am.
All right, so I'm being told we are running out of time, but a lot of the brothers will be.
I have to say something.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I really do. I'll be very brief and to the point. But I've been very frustrated.
Let's
because
give
I've
mic.
gone through this the last several years. I was a career tech coordinator for the Board of Education for 10 years. My job was to prepare students for internships and technology so they could get careers. Now, everybody always told them, don't do anything in sports. Jewish teachers always used to say, forget sports, you won't make any money. Okay, let me tell you something. I did not get a job at CBS Television Network 40 years ago because I did not know about sports. I didn't know about golf. I didn't know about tennis. They hired a brother from Yale, and he said at my school, they taught us tennis, they taught us about golf and everything, and he made $1 million. He said to me, when you go to the Board of Education, Valerie, I want you to teach your students how to go. My students protested vehemently. I don't care about
What's the point, ma'am?
I can sports. I can talk about.
I'll finish. All of those students, I took them to ESPN, they met Stephen A. Smith. I took them to MTV, they met the black and Spanish men that work behind the camera.
What's the question, ma'am?
Told them to go and get degrees, and they were in sports management, and they all make over $100,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Wait.
No, ma'am, you have to sit down.
Let him finish. Let's get that question out.
So
Okay, thank you so
wait.
much.
Hold on one second. I want to, from the business of sports, I am the president of the only black sports TV network in the country. So when we talk about the business of sports, there's a lot that can be done besides just being the athlete, in which my best friend also played in the NFL for 8 years. There is a network. We are called Next Level Sports Entertainment, NLSE.com. We are in 32 million homes across the country. Why is this important? Because 87 of the 100 shows that were the highest viewed shows last year on any TV platform were NFL football games. So this year, for World Cup, where the final is in New York, or for the Olympics in 2028, one of the things we created was a black lacrosse league. So if you see Next Collegiate Lacrosse, that is us. Why? Because lacrosse is the third fastest sport in the country. I'm saying this to say, someone does not just have to be the athlete. I was trained in sports journalism. So if you or anyone else in this room want to talk with young people or anyone about the business of sports, Next Level Sports Entertainment, NLSE.com. Our owner is a black man named Andre Gudger. I am happy to talk with anyone in this room about that, because at the end of the day, we cannot just be the players, we got to be the owners.
We don't want to ignore the questions being had, but we do have another event happening in a couple minutes in here, and so the brothers will be around for a couple minutes if folks want to ask specific questions. But I did want to go down the line, but I'll just pose this one question once again to Dr. Lester. In one sentence, what does protecting the promise of black men look like in real life? And this is where we'll end off here.
What's protecting the promise is unity, our ability to come together, love on each other, walk with each other, hold hands with each other, and listen to each other.
Can we get a round of applause for our panelists, please?
Thank you. Let's give them one big real hand. We're going to take a group picture with them. And then we all have to exit this room and go across the hallway. Thank you for joining us. Everybody stand here. Excuse me, please. Everybody stand. We're going to go right here so we can take our group picture.
Black Tech Saturdays is the link to check out.
Where is the NAN? Yeah, there he is. Everybody come on. Usman. Usman, come up. All right, gentlemen, let's all pack in here. All the brothers, y'all pack in. Is Usman up here? Okay, everybody shift down this way just a little bit. Shift down, shift down.